Hello and welcome back to Up the Villa. This is our press conference reaction from Unai Emery, Aston Villa v Arsenal. As it is getting closer, I am getting even more excited for my day tomorrow at Villa Park, back in our match routine of what we like to do on our match routine. So a good interesting point actually. What does your match day routine consist of? Let us know in the comment section down below. So, yeah, can't wait for it. Going to get there a little bit earlier just to soak up the atmosphere. Probably go in the Witten Arms as well. So, if anyone's in there, up the Villa, see you there. Can't wait for it. So, yeah, really looking forward to it. Big game. They're all big games. Doesn't matter whether it's Arsenal, City, Ipswich, Southampton. They all hold 3 points. That's what the target is. Some on paper look more difficult than others. When you get there and you watch your team, the ones that you don't expect to be difficult are sometimes difficult. The ones that you expect to be difficult might be a little bit easier. That's football. So I'm expecting a tough game. We've done all our content, all of our match content. You've all absolutely smashed it. You've all liked it and enjoyed it, which is absolutely fantastic. So, yeah, I'm in the mood for it. It's going to be a difficult game, but back at Villa, can't beat it. Safe standing in K6 in the Holt End. Let's see what that's all about. Hopefully those limbs are going to be flying around everywhere as well. So, yeah, like I say, really looking forward to it. We got fan cams are back tomorrow after the game. The usual space opposite the McGregor statue. We're out the way. We're at the back of it. So if you do want to come on, come and share your thoughts. Anybody is welcome. It's really nice and chilled, nice and relaxed. You just talk to me like you're talking to your mates and air your views. New people are welcome. So, yeah, how good does the branding look, though? It looks cool, doesn't it? Up there, it looks good, man. I think we smashed it with this branding. I think we absolutely smashed it. So, yeah. Those are the pleasantries before we get started then. So, huge news is that Boubacar Kamara is only weeks away from returning to training for Aston Villa. He's ahead of schedule. He's back running on the grass. And Unai saying he's a couple of weeks away, which is absolutely massive. I mean, what we saying? Couple of weeks. That's after the international break. And then we've got that nice run of games and Champions League football. So what a boost that is to have Kamara back in and around the place for that as well. Tyrone Mings isn't far away as well, so that is really good as well. So, yeah, just Kamara news is huge, man. Absolutely huge. He's a massive player for us, and he'll just add a different dimension to what we can do and what we can play like and personnel and move players around. So great stuff. Absolutely. Right. Shall we go into this then? So Unai Emery has said, we are excited, we are motivated, but we have to show again our capacity. The challenge is motivation for us and for our supporters. So Emery motivated, and you know what, right? As much as has been made of the Arsenal thing this week, and we addressed it, he don't care. All he's bothered about are 3 points. And yeah, you know, the more I think of the game, I don't know whether this is because we're getting closer to it. The more I think we've got a chance, the more I think that we're a really good team, and I'll just back us. And yeah, I'll just back us really. So he spoke about Martinez. So we are very happy. He is involved completely in this project. It's very good for every supporter of Aston Villa, being very proud of him. And I said a few words on him when he signed it a couple of days ago. And just what a man. Like, what a man, what a leader. And I think it's always good when you can see that your club's got a project and players that have been here a while have an understanding of what's going on at Villa. And when those types of players are sort of like committing and backing and believing. And I think the big thing about Martinez is, like a couple of years ago when a player might say something and we'd be like, hold on a minute, don't say that. Don't say that. This is like Villa. This is what we are. We don't say these things, and we sort of read into what someone's saying, sort of like on a bit of a negative. But like when he comes out and he's saying like, I want to win a trophy at Aston Villa. I can see us winning a trophy. And he spoke about the Champions League on who he wanted to play. And he mentioned like a team in the final. This is the mentality that our players are starting to get now. And it's absolutely massive because they're not underselling themselves. They're being realistic, but they're dreaming and they are backing the team and backing the club to achieve success. And I think as a fan base, that is exactly what we want to hear. We don't want to hear that we just here for mediocrity and we're just here to take part and we're just going to enjoy the Champions League. We want them hearing like we want to go as deep as we can. We want to aim for the final because if you aim for it, then you've got a goal, you've got a vision, and you want to do the best you physically possibly can. So I think someone like Martinez is so important for that dressing room. Because imagine you just like we're in a bit of a bad place at a half time or something, and then you just look over and you see like Martinez sort of probably giving like a bit of a team talk. And you're thinking, the guy's won the World Cup. He's like elite. So it's great for the team. It's great for the mentality. And I just think it's everything that we need at Aston Villa. And, if you could take out Martinez's like DNA and inject it into everybody, and like he is Aston Villa. And I think that is absolutely massive because he loves this club and he believes in this club. And I think it filters down to the fans as well. So absolutely love it. It's huge. So Emery on Kamara and Ming. So Boubacar is progressing a lot, and more or less in a few weeks he will start training with us. Tyrone is close to starting to do something with the team. Now he's working alone, but he's feeling very, very good. And again, it's one of those where there's literally like no point whatsoever in rushing Tyrone Mings back. Just take your time. Let him just rest. Let him just get the gradual progress that he needs so that he doesn't sort of break down later on when he does start probably doing a lot more intense work. So I think it's important that we take our time with him. Great stuff on Kamara being more advanced as well. So, yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. So, we reacted to Sterling a couple of days ago, and there was a rumour that done its rounds. And then yesterday, it came more into fruition across various media platforms. And I've had some time to think about the Sterling link. And I know from the comment section that it was quite a lot of people were saying, no, definitely don't want it. What I'm reading into it now is that it would be a loan move. And again, I was quite split down the middle on it. And now I'm edging a little bit further to being more happy about it. And I'll tell you why. Well, I'll tell you why. The biggest thing for me is if I look at our right side at the minute with Bailey and Jaden, you'd look at it and you'll go, it's great because Bailey plays most games. Jaden comes off the bench. Jaden can nurture, he can grow, he can get better, which is perfect. But what happens if Bailey gets injured? And it's okay saying, okay, we've got Jaden, we'll put Jaden in. But it's one thing from having him and bringing him in and giving him minutes to one thing to then relying on him. And with Diaby, and I know a lot of you will know this, that I've said he needs replacing all window. I'm just at a point where it's a fine line between playing him and relying on him. So that's where I'm kind of at with it. And I'm kind of at this point where it was a bad move for Sterling at Chelsea anyway, but he was pretty decent at Man City. And if it is a loan deal, are we not replacing Zaniolo more so than Diaby? Because if we go out and spend £30 million on a player that is okay, but he's not our number one target, why don't we just make a loan signing and wait until we can get that top player coming in? I think that's where I'm kind of. I think a loan deal for Sterling isn't actually that bad. So I think that's probably where I'm at. I just want more depth. I want more depth out there because we know it's a squad game. We know players have got to play minutes. And I know we might get some comments of, yeah, but Ramsey could go there, or McGinn can go there, or Buendia can go there. And I think I just don't like that, because the problem you've got with that is the problem that we had last season, which is why we struggled towards the end of the season. Because if one player's out, such as Kamara, and then you're taking McGinn from a preferred position for McGinn and putting McGinn in a different position, you're not only weakening your side because you've lost Kamara, you're also weakening your side because you're moving McGinn out of position. So the last season for me, there was too much movement around to cover another player that was potentially out of the team. This season for me, I want 2 players in every position, and I want those players to stay in that position. So the depth is there, and you're bringing in pretty much like-for-like players. So if you look at that left-hand side, basically at the minute, you've got McGinn and Ramsey who are fighting it out for that position. You've then got Rodgers and Buendia maybe fighting out for that second shadow striker position. You've got Tielemans and Barkley. You'll have Onana and Kamara. You've got Bailey and Jaden. So I want those players, for me, to stay where they are, and that is where they're playing. I don't want them moving around into different, you cover him while he's out, or he covers you. I just want players that are staying there, and that is what the position that they're in, and we get the best out of each given player. Yeah, okay, McGinn can do a role, but again, it's always he can do a role. Like, I want him in his preferred position, either on the left or as a shadow striker, and that's just how I want it. So I do think it's going to be a busy week next week, because I expect some players to be coming in. I expect a defender to come in, and I think a winger, number 10, will probably come in as well. But the Sterling thing, I actually don't really mind it if it's on loan. I think it can help us for a year, and then we could maybe go out and try and get a preferred target of who we want to play there as well. So that's where I'm at. Let me know your thoughts. I'll have a little look, see if there's been anything else dropping while we've been talking. So no, I don't think there has. So yeah, right, cool. So next up, tomorrow, fan cams are back. So we'll have fan cams tomorrow after the game. Everybody who's going to the game, enjoy it. What I will say is get there early, because I think there's going to be big queues with people getting into the stadium. From what Villa support put out today, there's only 21,000 that have downloaded their season tickets. Season tickets have sold out at 30,000. So, you know, there's around 9,000 people that still haven't downloaded their season tickets. People that can't download them because they're not working, etc. So I would say get there early so you can get in there. I wouldn't be surprised if kickoff's delayed by 10 minutes or something, because it's just going to be carnage, I think. So, yeah. So, right. Cheers, everyone. Make sure you are subscribing. Smash a like. Comment your thoughts. Up the Villa.